morning, everyone. I'm Mayor Kathy Wilson, and I'd like to welcome you to our annual Memorial Day service. Due to the limitations of the COVID pandemic, this year's service is obviously much smaller than usual, but our reverence for those who have served our country is unwavering. While COVID has hampered our traditional activities, it has not diminished our gratitude for those who have served. If anything, this pause in our usual traditions has strengthened our appreciation for the deeper meanings they point to. So in accord with social distancing and limitations on the numbers of people who can attend, we gather today to honor and pay tribute to our veterans who have passed. With us today are veterans, including Tony Romano and several other veterans who are part of the Morris Township Veterans Committee, and we thank them for their work in organizing these activities every year, including this year's unusual activities. With us today from representing the police are Patrolman Gallardo and Patrolman Rubinski. With fire, we have Lieutenant Cornine and Firefighter Levenberg. We also have with us today Administrator Quinn and members of the Township Committee, including Committeeman Mark Jorfy. I believe Deputy Mayor Grazel is here. And with us in spirit today is Committeeman Peter Mancuso, who, were it not for the COVID restrictions, would certainly be with us here in person. With that, I'd like to ask our police to lower the flag, to raise the flag.
Present. March.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now present the wreath. reading of the names? Is someone going to do that, or do I do that?
I think one of the veterans was going to.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Someone going to read the names? Yes.
Come on up. Yeah, I'll get out of the way.
Charles Molinari, January 2019, Army Reserve, Korea. Michael Murphy, February 2019, Army, Cold War. Dominic Colangelo, February 2019, World War II. John Dillon, February 2019, World War II. Edward Miller, February 2019, World War II. Ralph Cardello, February 2019, World War II. Robert Crozer, February 2019, World War II. Stanley Kurek, February 2019, World War II. Joseph Ucken, February 2019, World War II. Thomas Jordan, April 2019, Army Reserve. Robert Nace, April 2019, Army, Vietnam. John Murphy, May 2019, Army, Korea. Fred Lucia, June 2019, Navy, World War II.
Carmine Gardieri, July 14th, 2019, Army Air Corps, World War II. Charles Frost, August 20th, 2019, Navy, World War II. George Stern, August 31st, 2019, Army Air Corps, World War II. Jeremiah Lenahan, September 1st, 2019, Air Force, Cold War. Charles Gregory, September 9th, 2019, Army, World War II. Donald Kubik, September 2019, Army, Korea. George Johns, September 2019, Marines, World War II and Korea. Eugene Moore, November 25th, 2019, Army, Cold War. Dale Crum, December 9th, 2019, Army Reserve, Cold War. And James Hennessy, April 17th, 2020, Army, Cold War.
Thank you. I ask that we stop and pause a moment of silence for the veterans who have passed. Thank you. Memorial Day is a time for remembering our veterans who have passed. Veterans who lost their lives in battle. Veterans who suffered terrible injuries, mental and physical, in war. Veterans who survived their active service but have since passed. What all veterans have in common is, in the words of Joseph Campbell, a willingness to give their lives to something bigger than oneself. That something bigger is our country and the freedoms we enjoy as Americans. That something bigger is everything that's represented by our flag. COVID has dampened our commemorative traditions this year. We miss all the kids in their baseball uniforms, and the band, and the parade march, and the gathering of scores of people in the green to remember our veterans and the sacrifices they made on our behalf. In a normal time, this would be followed by all the activities that signal the traditional launch of summer: baseball, barbecues, swimming, holiday shopping sales, gatherings of all sorts with family and friends. COVID has interrupted all of these activities and more. Who among us does not long to eat a meal at a restaurant, to get a haircut, to watch a baseball game, to go to a movie? As we take time today to honor our veterans, I encourage all of us to reflect on the connections between the basic activities of daily living, for which we all have such a newfound appreciation, and that cause greater than oneself, which all of our veterans served. That cause is our country, our history, our way of life, our traditions, and our founding ideals like liberty and justice and equality for all. The famous Memorial Day poem in Flanders Fields reminds us that the profound sacrifice so many veterans made on our behalf is exemplified by the loss of their own ability to participate in common activities that come with being alive. A couple of lines from that poem. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly. We are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. When we salute the flag or put our hand on our heart and say the Pledge of Allegiance, as we did at the beginning of the service, let us remember today and always that the simple activities of our daily lives are perfect reflections of that cause greater than oneself, which all of our veterans served. As COVID restrictions are lifted and we resume normal activities with a whole new appreciation for how much we value them, let us remember our veterans with a similar, renewed reverence for the importance to all of us of their service and the sacrifices they made on our behalf. Let us also remember, in the words of an unknown author, that our flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it. May God bless our veterans, our country, and all of us. Thank you for coming today. Good day.